Imagine buying a trendy shirt for only $5. It sounds like a deal, right? Now imagine you and a billion other people buying that exact same shirt. You and everyone else may wear it a couple times, but because it's made from cheap materials, you eventually throw it out or simply never wear it again. That is what we call fast fashion. Fast fashion may look cheap on the price tag, but the real cost is paid through the environment. We often blindly follow trends of fashion without asking any real questions, like how these clothes are being made, where they're coming from, or the potential damages of them. While researching this topic, I have found that fast fashion is expanding beyond measure, and with each purchase, we are contributing to the pollution of our world. As humans, we must maintain morality in the way we express ourselves through fashion. And we should make it our duty to maintain a healthy earth. Humans are the one creating the issues, but that doesn't mean you have to add yourself to the equation. As a teenage girl who loves fashion, I have been deceived through these trends. And I now realize that the dangers are beyond our imagination. And I want everyone to be aware of these issues because that is the first step to change and the only way we can help. Fast fashion is exploiting the environment, workers, and consumers. And I'll outline these dangers with 3 simple points, starting with the environment through microplastic pollution, toxic chemicals, and overall waste. According to a 2020 article in Nature Reviews Earth and Environment by Nikiti and colleagues, fast fashion is wasting water, contributing to about 20% of industrial water waste. Impacts from the fashion industry include over 92 million tons of waste produced per year and 79 trillion liters of water consumed. As you can see here, it takes 1 equals 20,000 liters of water to produce 1 pair of outfit. And additionally, factories discard toxic dyes and chemicals, including heavy metals, azodyes, and formaldehydes directly into rivers and streams. Secondly, microplastic pollution through these synthetic fabrics like nylon, polyester, and acrylic are release tiny microplastics every time they are washed. The article also claims that current fashion consumption practices result in textile waste. Every time we are done with these clothes, they go straight to landfills. Fast fashion encourages consumers to constantly keep buying and discarding quickly. And lastly, according to a 2024 article by Waggleby and Shack, the high social environmental costs by creating substantial textile waste, vast costs water resources, significantly contributing to CO2 and microplastic pollution, as well as causing chronic skin conditions, hormonal disruption, and even carcinogenic risks. Fabric dyes and treatments cause 20% of all industrial water pollution. It's estimated that 10,000 different dyes are used industrially, and 8,000 synthetic chemicals are used to treat, bleach, and brighten our clothes. Now, let's go on to my next point, how fast fashion is exploiting workers. These cheap clothes come at a human cost. According to a 2023 article by Ganwan and colleagues, which provides an inside look on the abuse of Bangladesh industry workers, no workers received minimum wage, yet products are being mass-produced, saying that families are struggling with financial difficulties. Children are forced to drop out of school to either work or they just can't afford to go, and they can't afford basic necessities. Fast fashion's affordable prices rely heavily on cheap labor and harsh work environments. Workers' health are being affected in the process through the exposure of chemicals. And according to a 2018 study by Beck and colleagues, fast fashion says that those who work in or live near textile manufacturing facilities bear a disproportionate burden of environmental health hazards. Now that we understand the environmental and health hazards, let's go into my last point, how fast fashion is changing consumerism. We are constantly consuming rather than preserving, and our obsession with trends are the problem. According to the same study by Beck, approximately 85% of all clothing Americans consume, nearly 3.8 billion pounds annually, is sent to landfills as solid waste, amounting to almost 80 pounds per American per year. We must shift our focus away from overconsumption and do everything we can to help. And as you can see here, Here's the progressing rate of fast fashion through the year of 1996 to November 2021. Now, I'm not saying you have to stop buying clothes completely, but small changes can make a big difference. You can thrift clothes, support sustainable brands, and ultimately stop blindly purchasing. Now, I want you to put all I have said into perspective and understand that we can be the change. Fast fashion only exists because we keep buying, so that also means we have the power to slow it down. Overall, I urge you to reconsider instant satisfaction and look towards how fast fashion is exploiting our environment, workers, and you and I. So, the next time you pick up a cheap shirt, ask yourself, is it really worth it? Because the real cost isn't displayed on the price tag. It's displayed through the world we live in. Thank you. And here are all the resources I have used throughout this speech. And here is my audience.